Now the NFL did not get started by anybody.
Bruce Arians retired.
Huh?
Bruce Arians retired. Todd Bowles head coach. Breaking news.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it's in the group. Bruce Arians retired, moving to the front office. Todd Bowles. Brady pulled a power play.
Do you hold on? Well, now you breaking news like that. Before we even get into it, do you think Tom Brady had anything to do with that?
Fuck yeah. He was tired of the way BA talks to him.
Does this validate a little bit more maybe that kind of Miami rumor that everybody's like, oh, that can't be really true. But then it's like, maybe it is. Maybe he just didn't want to play for Bruce.
Yeah.
That's the wildest thing I heard.
Because that also validates what they were saying is that when Brady and Byron Leftwich would come and talk about the game plan, they would make up their own offensive game plan, and then Bruce would come and change it. And they like, bro, what are you doing? We don't work this shit all week. We good. And maybe that's why Brady came back.
Wow.
Yeah. Schefter. No, I mean Peter King, actually. Schefter put it out. It came from Peter King. I trust Peter King more than I trust
What's he going to do in the front office? Just get paid? Because clearly he's not going to have any say-so on – what's he, an advisor?
Bruce didn't want to leave. Bruce didn't want to leave, and they didn't want to make him look bad.
Step down. Oh, my God.
That boy Brady. Yeah, they always say Brady. They try to paint Brady out to be like this non-diva. He's just like Michael Jordan, just like LeBron, just like Brett Favre, just like Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like, come on now.
And guess what happens in the process?
He wins rings.
W for the NFL. You got another black head coach.
Yeah, no, the NFL wins here. And Todd Bowles wins because Todd Bowles is a good coach. He did lead the Jets to 10-6. My man B. Marsh was out there. They didn't get to the playoffs because B. Marsh never made the playoffs. And he gets a team that he can actually win with. Because one of the issues with black coaches, most of them get teams that they're not going to win with. They give them 3 years. The rosters usually suck. They get fired after 3 years, and the roster usually gets a little bit better. Or look at the Chargers. They get rid of him. And
my question is, are we surprised, though?
Surprised about what?
I'm a little surprised that he retired, yeah.
No. About what you just said.
No.
They get bad teams.
No, it's the setup. It's to say we gave you the opportunity and you didn't succeed.
And for what it's worth, typically, now, just because obviously if somebody's getting fired, typically that means the team either was underachieving or they were bad, right? I mean, that's how it works. But, like, there are obviously good jobs. Like this year, the Saints job, for instance, could be looked at as kind of a good job just because
it's a good job.
Continuity there. There's like there's solid players. Like
the front office
typically shitty if you get them, you know. Just playing devil's advocate with that aspect. So most of them are kind of shitty jobs.
But I look at Jim Caldwell and I look at Anthony Lynn, right? They were both fired because they were underachieving. The Lions got worse, and I'd argue that the Chargers performed they underachieved more last year, game to game, than they would have with Anthony Lynn.
Jim Caldwell should have never been fired by the Lions.
Never. First of all,
probably like one of the worst firings ever.
He shouldn't have been fired by the Colts either. They fucked him up.
Just because Peyton Manning gets hurt.
And he loses. He goes 2-14 because you're tanking for Andrew Luck. And you fire him?
But you know what Irsay was doing there with that too? I don't even think it was anything against him. I just think that they wanted a whole new era.
And pretty much Dungy was like, you hire him. You hire my guy.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like post Dungy, but going into Luck, they were like, we're just going to clean house. Because I'm pretty sure the GM got fired too, that they just wanted a whole new – because Ballard's the GM there, right?
Yeah.
So, but he's been the GM there.
Yeah, but before they had Chris Ballard, they had Ryan Grigson, who may be the worst GM in NFL history.
Right.
But you do know that this we could talk about examples about this all day long. Tony Dungy and John Gruden with the Bucs. He won the Super Bowl right after Tony got out of there and helped the defense. Blah blah blah. To
Gruden's credit, though, his team he played against his own team in that Super Bowl.
I don't care about that. His team was fire as fuck because of Dungy. So what I'm getting at is same thing in the NBA with Mark Jackson, and then the doggone Warriors took off. Yes, I think Steve Kerr's a good coach. I'm not trying to say that. but he did set up the groundwork.